Hey guys, welcome back to Feeling is Healing. Today I'm talking about the darker side of anxiety, those intrusive thoughts that make us feel like there is something wrong with us, or that we are abnormal or losing our mind, or any variation of things where the mind will play tricks on us to get us to feel a certain way. This can be the case especially for people who have not experienced those stronger sensations of anxiety before. Those people who it's still new for them, feeling anxiety that persists. And it can get to a point where those nervous sensations can become overwhelming. And the reason why this monkey brain and its flooding thoughts can be overwhelming is because anxiety gives a hyperfocus to the mind. It begins scanning for threats. It's looking for the tiger or the snake that's hiding in the bushes, and when it can't place a certain threat, it will begin looking inwards. And it's at that point where you think, oh well, maybe it's something wrong with me. Once it can't find any threats, it can often begin looking inward, and you think, oh, maybe this is wrong with me, maybe that is wrong with me. And it's looking to complete the story of why you are feeling this way. I do want to say, if you do feel that, if I do want to say, if you do feel that there is something wrong with you, one thing you should definitely do is speak to your doctor or therapist or whoever, just to get anything else ruled out. And more than anything, to put your peace of mind on yourself. And then once they've said, okay, it's just anxiety or it's OCD, etc., etc., you have to accept it. You have to accept that, okay, this is just anxiety, and work from there. But you can also find comfort in the knowledge that this thought, there is something wrong with me, is a very common one. Eckhart Tolle said the number of people that have this thought could even be in the billions. The brain has around 70,000 thoughts a day. Of course, there's going to be some in there that are intrusive by nature, that are a bit like, whoa, they might shock us or scare us. That is completely normal. Thoughts like, oh, but why am I having this anxiety? When will this anxiety leave me? Why isn't it leaving? Is it because there's something wrong with me? Or am I losing my mind? I've had all these thoughts before, and I know that in the moment it can be very scary. I totally get it. I've been there. But the truth is, this is just an occurrence that's come about from your active imagination and the stress releasing hormones. It's just a product of the fight or flight that is causing your brain to go into hyperfocus mode. And it's looking to complete the story of why you're feeling this way. When the truth is, you are just in fight or flight when you don't need to be. A lot of people are having these thoughts. They are not something that we have to get worked up over. This is simply part of being human. We sometimes have thoughts that shock or scare us. And remember, you are not your thoughts. Just like the anxiety guy always says in his videos, this is just an idea that's come into your mind. Any thought is just an idea. We can hold on to it and dwell on it, or we can let it in lovingly and then let it go. We can use humor to disarm the thoughts where possible. We can envision these intrusive thoughts being said by a cute little cartoon character, or we can put a Muppet on our hand and give it a squeaky little voice to add a bit of humor to it, to not take our thoughts so seriously. At the same time, lovingly let it in. Imagine it like a wave. When you're jumping waves at the beach, you jump up to let the wave take you, and you surrender to the motion of it because you know soon enough you'll be back on solid ground. It's the same thing with anxiety. We want to surrender and just flow with however we feel and whatever we think. We just want to flow with it, not be overwhelmed by it. Just flow with the motion of it, in trusting yourself that soon enough you will be back on solid ground, which you will. It will pass. And that first wave is always the scariest, but as time goes, you begin to see that this is an effective way of getting these sensations to pass, and you begin trusting the process. And let's remember, getting used to this way of acting, it can be challenging, as is dealing with these pesky, intrusive thoughts. We need to be there for ourselves, send ourselves love. Regardless of whatever thoughts come up, know that this is just the nature of the mind. 70,000 thoughts a day. Some of them are just baloney. Smile at them and set the intention to send yourself love. And don't forget, anxiety is not just in the mind, it's in the physical sensations too, and that replicate the feeling of adrenaline. So oftentimes we can forget, when we are so all consumed by it, that actually releasing it in some physical way through stretching or exercise can be of great benefit. Something Claire Weeks, who is the author of Self-Help for Your Nerves, a book I've done a review on, so check that out if you haven't already, link in the description. She talks about setting a checklist of things that form an opposing argument to those intrusive thoughts that are telling us we're crazy or losing our minds. A checklist of all those things you are doing, those things that you are doing or are intending to do that help you to win that argument as to why you will continue to improve. Whether that's seeing a therapist, taking medication if you feel you need it, exercise, seeing friends, spending time with people who make you feel good, spending time in nature, meditating, etc., etc. All different things which help you to feel your best and best help that sense of well-being within you. So when those intrusive thoughts come up, you can say back, well, hey, you know what? No, I'm not losing my mind. There's not something wrong with me. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I will not be going back down to that dark place. Or I might be in that dark place now, but I will get out of it. And these are the reasons why, because I'm doing this, I'm doing that, etc., etc. And that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Do leave a comment as to your experience with thoughts like these and how you deal with them. What helps you? Always enjoy reading you guys' comments, so let me know how you're doing. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. It really helps me, so thank you so much. And subscribe if you are new. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Take care.